Hi, everybody.
What is up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Man, it looks nice on here too. Don't it?
Yeah.
Looks all legit and fancy.
You can't see the cute little light up there.
I don't know. It don't matter. What's up, y'all? It is time for the 2222 mini readings. This is the first one of 2024, right?
Yeah, and we wanted to do it because it was on 2/22, the date, February 22nd. That's when we announced it.
Yep. So let me go ahead and share this real quick. Wait for a couple of people to get up in here. I'm normally not a fan of doing that, but
yeah, we have a semi-short list today. I think we have about 30 people so far. So if anyone wants to, let me see the link here. We're going to be accepting orders as they come in. So if you have a question and you want to participate, use that link right there that I just put in the chat. And then we will let you guys know if we're going to cut it off or not. But as of right now, the lines are open.
Yeah. So again, just a real quick reminder, you do not, if you don't want to, have to sit and listen to us blab throughout the whole live stream. If you want to, you're more than welcome, but you don't have to. If you have things that you need to do today, or you just get tired of hearing my big loud mouth, just come back after the playback is up and look in the comments, and the readings will be pinned with the timestamps.
Yeah, look for your name in the comments, and it'll have your timestamp next to it, and then you can just tap on that hyperlink, and it'll take you right to you. If you wanted to be anonymous, you're gonna have to go through all the anonymouses. So
naughty mouse,
all the naughty mouse, all the naughty mice. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it. Is there anything else you wanted to say, or are you ready?
Kind of seemed like there was something, but I don't remember what it was.
It's probably gonna be 2 parts at least. So this.
Well, also too, we're reading them in order of which they came in. The pre-orders we're reading first, and you're still allowed to order while we're live here.
Yeah.
But so depending on how many come through while we're doing this, it could be as much as 3 videos. Possibly.
Usually we do 3 parts.
Yeah.
Usually. So hang tight, everybody. If you don't see your name in the comments, we'll get them done today. All right. So starting off, we have Melanie. It says, "Have my partner and I of 7 years finally had the strength to walk away from each other. We have been on and off, but never seemed to get through 2 weeks apart. Have an autistic daughter who is 6, and this is what keeps us together."
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not. If this is a relationship you need to walk away from, you don't need to worry about whether or not your partner has the strength. This is about you walking away from this. This is about whether or not you can find that strength to do what needs to be done. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? The overall energy is the card of walking away. And well, but then we got the 10 of Cups down here too. So your partner, probably not. But I mean, if this is something that you need to walk away from, this may sound kind of harsh, but that is of no concern to you. Your concern is what you need to do. So honestly, it's kind of looking like you're at a crossroads here. I don't know, man. Let me see what the next spread says. So far, I'm not 100% convinced. Empress. I'm not convinced of it just yet. Ace of Swords reversed. There's the King of Cups again. So far, I'm not 100% convinced of it yet. I'm not convinced of it. Now, I don't want to take your power away from you and tell you that, no, you don't have the strength. That's totally up to you. But right now, the energy doesn't look like it's supporting it. It doesn't look like it. And the longer you let this string on, the harder it gets, because the longer you keep repeating the same cycle, the harder it is to walk away from. So it's not looking like it right now, honestly. And I wouldn't stand for that if I was you. You are not bound to that outcome. If you know this is something you need to do, you're just going to have to put your foot down and bite the bullet, no matter how bad it sucks. And I know that's kind of harsh advice, but that's what has to be done. See, the pain and the discomfort that comes with making a change is temporary, but the pain and discomfort that comes with repeating the same cycle is permanent. So, all right, that's all I got on that one.
Oh, okay. Those 2 spreads?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I zoned out. My bad. Okay, next is, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm going to try and say your name as best I can. Lazeria. It says, will I have a new job by March 15th?
Knight of Swords reversed. Hermit reversed. And the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. I would say that if you have your heart dead set on something, probably not. Probably not. And that's kind of what this is almost looking like here a little bit. It's almost kind of looking like there may be either one job or if it's not one job, it may be one field that you may be kind of trying to gravitate towards. And in that case, no, I don't think so. I would, if I was you, I would be willing to explore weird, crazy, kind of nerve-wracking. It's gonna involve a leap of faith if you want to have a job by that point. Let me see what the advice is here because I already started giving some advice. So let me just see what comes through before I do that. What's the advice? Oh, Ace of Cups. Hangman. Ace of Swords reversed again. Okay. Yeah, if I was you, I wouldn't spend too much time overthinking it. Be ballsy and maybe go for some jobs that just sound crazy. Now, within the realms of reality, I'm not saying go try to be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? If you've never been to school for it, but maybe try some crazy things that you never really would have, and just go for an interview. And hey, just imagine what if there's this job that requires an associate's degree and you go in for the interview and you're like, yeah, I ain't got no degree, but I just wanted to see what would happen if y'all interviewed me. Every now and then there's some places that are like, hey, that's pretty cool. I like that.
Don't say that. Say that I'm a quick learner and I'm eager to learn more. Don't just say, oh, I just wanted to see what you'd say. Do not do that.
Point. That's not the point. That is not the point.
But if we're giving advice.
That's not the point. I'm giving a general example. An energetic example, just to be ballsy. I'm not telling you what to say in an interview. I'm giving you a general example.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, a general example, like to explore crazy options, and maybe play around in some areas that you never really thought you'd play around in, and you might have some very unexpected doors open for you along the way.
Yeah, like a bus driver or something. Nobody ever thinks about being a bus driver.
Yeah.
But they get paid good.
Yeah. Oh, it's 11.
I was going to say, it's 11. Oh, you better go apply for that one. Okay. Next, we have Jamil. Am I going to get a promotion at work this year in 2024? And they are a Capricorn.
Oh, of course.
A Capricorn dog doe. Oopsie, how did they get under my feet?
I dropped them.
Yeah, but they were under my foot somehow.
Kind of bugging me a little bit.
I know, but it's not on you, so they don't want to see me. They want to see you.
Let's see. Ace of Swords. King of Wands. Ooh, it might be a little bit of a battle. Oh, 10 of Pentacles reversed, 8 of Cups. Well, there's kind of a, what is going on here? It might be kind of a battle. A promotion might be something that you kind of have to fight for, possibly. I don't know, man. I'm kind of feeling like there's a 50-50 chance. There's a 50-50 chance that you might not even be working there next February. Let me see what the second spread says. Knight of Swords again. I think it's possible if you fight and work for it hard enough. But it almost feels like something that almost kind of feels like, for some reason, something that you're going to have to fight a little bit too hard for, to the point to where if you do this, you may not even feel like it was worth it. Yeah, Queen of Cups reversed, Magician reversed. Yeah. It's possible, but I think you would really have to fight a little bit too hard for it, maybe, or work a little bit too hard for it. Some of the things that it would take to make that happen, I think if you did that, if you really decided to actually dig your heels in and go balls to the wall 100% and do whatever it is that you needed to do to get that promotion, you might, I don't want to say regret it. Not regret it, but might be questioning whether or not it was even worth it. But it's possible. But I think you probably really have to step your game up in order to make that happen. I know you're probably already the hardest worker on the damn floor. I get it, but management's weird. Just the way they operate sometimes, you know? It's possible, though. It is absolutely possible.
Okay. Next person. Oops, wasn't even typing. Nadia or Nade. Oh, these names are so hard. I'm so sorry, you guys. How do you say that?
Looks like Nadina.
Nadina? Okay. I'm sorry if I ruined your name. Am I on the right spiritual path? Meaning, am I healing, clearing the way, working on the right stuff so I am prepared for what the universe brings in next?
Let me tell you a little secret about that. As long as you're concerned about that, as long as you even give enough of a fuck about that to ask that question, yes, you're on the right spiritual path. As long as you're putting forth the effort. You know how many people don't even fucking put forth the effort? Most people don't even fucking put forth the effort to even ask that question. So that already puts you fucking 10 steps ahead of everybody else. And guess what? Here's another thing too. There's no such thing as a wrong spiritual path. Some paths can be more strenuous than others. Okay, Death card reverse. So I can't really say that there's a wrong spiritual path, but as far as the healing goes, there's still quite a bit more work that needs to be done there. And one of the things that I think you'll learn on the journey too is that I don't think that ever really ends. I don't think so. From what I've learned on my journey and from just observing other people's journeys, I don't think healing and evolution is something that ever comes to an end. So,
no.
Yeah, it's constant. When we first step off onto that path, we draw this finish line in our mind. Like we think that one of these days we're going to be done. Oh man, I can't wait until I'm healed. And you know, we put a finish line in our mind. And then you'll eventually cross through that finish line. And then you'll realize that you just started. you know, just
Yeah.
started. So with the Hermit card, though, I would have to say yes. But Five of Pentacles, Tower card, Death card reversed. You've only just begun. Okay, there's going to be challenges. There's going to be obstacles. You're probably going to go through loss of friendships, possibly falling outs with family members. I think this one's one of the biggest ones. One of the things that I think most people learn the quickest on the path is falling out with friends. Let me see what the second spread says here. Yeah, Five of Cups reversed. There you go. Definitely doing that healing. Okay, but the Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse, along with the Ten of Wands, Five of Pentacles again. So this would indicate, damn, all the same cards came out. All the same cards came out. This would indicate that, yeah, you're on the right path. There's still some karmic soul ties that are weighing you down a little bit, but at least you're on the path doing the right thing. Don't get confused and think that the path is supposed to be easy. And if it's not easy, you're on the wrong path. That is not the right way to look at it. When you're on the right spiritual path, it's going to suck at times, especially in the beginning. It's going to suck. So trust me, if you're not having the greatest time right now, that's normal. That's a perfectly normal part of the path. All right.
Okay, hold on.
You just busy, ain't you?
Yeah. I didn't have time to prep. Okay, so next is Anonymous. Been doing lots of healing from toxic relationships and a betrayal with 2 spiritual mentors. Some areas I feel stuck. If you have any insights you have for me to progress further in the healing process, that would be helpful. Please keep me anonymous. Thank you.
Well, that ought to tell you right there what not to look for in a spiritual mentor. See, in today's day and age, man, I'm going to tell you what. The fucking spiritual community is absolutely infiltrated with darkness. You got to be in tune and use your internal guidance system when paying attention to who to take advice from, who to listen to, who to follow, because it's a big trend that, you know, most people just jump on it for all the wrong reasons. This actually, though, this could actually, well, first of all, you know, you and these people had karma. Okay? You and these people had karma from previous lifetimes. But this can actually work wonders in your spiritual evolution more than anything else. You were betrayed by 2 spiritual mentors. Betrayed. Like, I can understand, you know, not seeing eye to eye with someone, or, you know, we have a difference in beliefs or a difference in opinion or a difference in perspective, you know, and maybe we're just not vibing on the same wavelength. I get that, but betrayed? A spiritual mentor betrayed you. That could be a really, really eye-opening experience that could, if you figure out how to transmute that energy, how to transmute that energy, I can't tell you that. But I'm going to tell you what, as you're going through this healing process, transmuting the energy involves assigning a meaning to what happened to you. And you have the power to assign whatever meaning you want to that experience. That's the way your whole life works. But I mean, the most important thing to do with this connection right here was that you all had karma from a previous lifetime. You had karma from a previous lifetime. Just pay closer attention when it comes to spiritual mentors. so many people out there are full of shit. Ten of Wands in the reverse. King of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Hierophant. Okay, so anytime you deal with any type of betrayal or toxic relationship or whatever the case may be, here's the way the process works. Okay, it's 3 steps. Most people only go through maybe the first, sometimes halfway through the second step. The first step is, I need to figure out what I learned. Okay, usually most people, they get that done, they think they're done. No. Now I take what I learned and start applying it to my life. And I do this with so much dedication and consistency that it actually starts producing results in my life. And then once it starts producing results in my life, I take the results and I tie them to the experience. Now I redefine the meaning behind the whole experience. And that's what you do. That's how you transmute and release the energy. It's not just what did I learn, it's how can I take what I learned and apply it to my life. That makes sense? All right.
Okay, don't read this one out loud, but read it and let me know if you can answer that one or not. Because it was first that, and then I got that. Or do you need like a specific question? Can you do that?
Yeah, well, I mean, what, like something new or?
Okay, so we'll just skip that one for now.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Next is Anonymous. What is the person I'm inquiring about feelings / intentions towards me?
It really helps if I know whether or not it's a past person or a potential new person. So I may not be able to dig very deep. Because knowing whether or not you all had past history will seriously change the whole perspective of the entire reading.
Maybe we need to add that in our description.
Yeah.
For these readings. But some of y'all ain't even reading the damn description, so let's be honest.
Judgment. This person's very guarded. So again, I don't know if you have past history with this person, so I don't know if this was you or not. But something very negative happened to this person in the past. So they have their guard up. I don't really think this person knows how. I think the two of you speak a completely different vibrational and emotional love language. So you and this person aren't connected at a very deep level. But I think the main reason is because this person's not allowing you to connect with them on a deep level. And I don't, again, well, I'm not going to say whether or not to take that personal. I don't know. Because I don't know if you and this person have past history or not. But this person doesn't want to let anybody, including you, in all the way. If it's somebody you have past history with, then yes, take it personal. But if you don't have past history with this person, don't take it personal. Because regardless of who did this to this person, I don't think they want to let anybody in. Anybody. Let me just see what the second spread says. See, this is the new tarot deck that I got the other day. See how much more popping that artwork is?
I don't know. I don't really know what the other ones look like. Compared to this one?
Yeah,
They look the same.
No, they do not. You're on crack, dude. No, they do not.
I'm on crack.
That's the Radiant Rider Wave. Goofball. Page of Cups reversed, Ace of Cups reversed. Yeah. This person is too afraid to allow themselves to fall in love with anybody. Too afraid. So, yeah, I don't know if this person is wanting a love offer right now. I think this person's very guarded and afraid to let anyone in.
Oh,
Yeah, very closed off, very guarded. And if this is not somebody you have any past history with, I don't even think this person knows that you're interested. But again, I don't want to go there because I don't know who this person is to you. The only thing I can tell you about this right here is this person's afraid of falling in love. They're very guarded, and they don't really know how to let anybody in to connect at that deep level. As this person's walking away from something negative that happened to them in the past. I don't know if that was with you or not. But this person's just throwing their walls up, and they're very afraid to fall in love. That's all I'm getting out of that.
okay, maybe I don't know if we confused you guys, but when you guys pay for the 2222, you guys have to put your question in on the notes section when you're checking out. If you accidentally missed that part, then you need to email me, because if you just put it in the chat here, I'm gonna get confused because some of the usernames don't really match up with your payment name. So yeah.
Why don't you just refund it and have them send it again?
Well, because sometimes it doesn't show up for people the where to put your questions.
No.
So I'm just saying, if you're putting your question here in the chat, I'm probably not going to be able to get to it. But here, let me put. Hold on. I'm going to put the email address. Send me your question here. It's tarotwithrich@gmail.com. And then I can find your order, and then I could put your question with you specifically. But if you have a question, like you don't know if your question is specific enough, and I can just answer it really quick in the chat, that's fine. It just gets kind of like messy, and like I don't want to mess anything up. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no worries. All right, let's go. Let's continue. And you have to have a specific question. Don't just put like general or whatever comes through or what does universe want me to know. Those will be refunded. It has to be a specific question, like, does my past person still have feelings for me? Will my job, whatever, like he likes to know details a little bit.
I want to know what you want to know. You don't walk up into Wendy's and throw money on the counter and say, well, just give me something from the back there, whatever you think I should be eating. Just give me something, I don't know, whatever this will get me, no. You got to put some intention into this shit, man.
Yes.
So I'm not a psychic medium. I'm an energy mechanic.
So anyways, yes, so it's appreciated if you can do that. Hey, you took my other one. I was comparing them. Anyways, yes, I see what you mean. And yes, you're right. That one is more poppin'. So
it's going to be here soon. Let me know when I can replace tarot decks, because I've just retired like 15 decks off my table.
Well, we can go put some on eBay then. All right, let's continue, because we're going to be here all day if we keep talking. Okay, next is for LD. So for this one, I had to get like a specific question, but I'm going to read what she put originally and then the extra information that I got later on, okay? I am a Gemini sun, Pisces moon, and Scorpio rising. I feel pretty good about my journey right now, all unfamiliar waters and in a vibration that is new and higher than I have ever known. I am just looking for a check-in, course refining, course correction, or great news. I am open. Thank you so much. And then I got more information, and she said that I guess that she wants to know about love. She's single, and she wants to know the next person due to come in.
Okay. All right. Well, the first thing we have to look at is to see whether or not past contracts were completed successfully. Oh, 10 of Wands, still carrying a little bit of vibrational baggage from the past, a little bit. And the Hierophant, that's what I thought. Okay. So it's time to level up, basically. Hang on. Let me, before I say anything, let me get the rest of the spread out. Hold up. Yep. Time to level up. Okay. Okie dokie. So, yes, I do think that all past contracts were completed successfully. However, it is time to level up. So where you're at right now is you're at that place. See, we never go from one level to the next, ever. Whenever it's time to level up, you're going to go through a period where you're being tested. You have to, because if you used to just go straight to the next level, you would more than likely sabotage that level. So you go through a cycle where, you know, you're going through all kinds of learning experiences and this, that, and everything else. And then you go through this little limbo period where you're being tested. And if you pass all those tests, you level up. So that's where you're at right now. You're kind of at that. It's like if you're going to school and you're going to school throughout the whole school year. And then the last month of school is when you're taking all your tests to make sure you're going to make it to the next grade, if that makes sense. So that's kind of where you're at right now. There are going to be open doors of opportunity that present themselves to you. And we'll see if you're ready to evolve or repeat. See, a lot of people get hung up and tripped up on this because they feel themselves at that going into that new level. So they think, yes, everything's new, everything's changing, everything's different. Then they end up stuck back in the same situation they were just in because they weren't realizing that, no, it's not just time to make it up to the next level. Now you have to be tested. We all go through it. None of us are exempt from that. I go through it. She goes through it. Our neighbors go through it. Everybody goes through that. So, Lover's card. You don't have anything due to come in except for your person. So most of the time, and there's the Hierophant again, most of the time, before your person shows up, you'll be tested. Most of the time. I can't think of very many people I've ever met in my life who are currently with their actual person that didn't have to go through tests before that person showed up. So, best case scenario, let's go to one extreme and then the other. Best case scenario, an open door of opportunity pops itself open to test you, and you completely bypass it. You pass the test, and you didn't even fucking know it. You don't even know you were being tested. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, you get sucked right back in, and you end up repeating a past cycle. Now, most people usually fall somewhere in the middle, where an opportunity presents itself to them, and you know, something feels off. It feels a little bit weird, feels a little bit funny, but they go ahead and acquiesce to seeing what this person's up to. And it feels funny. We just ain't vibing. We're feeling a little bit off. I'm gonna give this a little bit of a chance and let's just see. And then we ain't vibing. So after a certain point, they're like, you know what? We're not vibing. I don't think I'm feeling this. I'm gonna back away from this. You still pass the test. But I think that's what's coming next. And as long as you pass any tests, and honestly, it's really not that complicated. It's really not that hard. All you got to do is feel it out. Feel it out. You shouldn't be dealing with anybody who's confusing you, sending you mixed signals, you know. And as long as you pass any and all tests, I see any time in 2024 or 2025, you could end up connecting with your actual person.
Okay, next is Marion. Hi, Rich. I enjoy your readings and appreciate you sharing your gift. Question is, was seeing someone a couple months ago, but seemed to hit a snag when his ex caught wind of us. Will he ever break away from this cycle and try to get back with me? I'm Aqua and he's a Virgo.
I already tell you that's somebody you don't need to mess with. If this was your person, nobody would be able to snatch them away from you. Nobody. But that doesn't mean there's not a soul contract. So that's the thing I want to look at first. I want to see what kind of contract this was. Was it past life karma, bump contract, learning experience? What was this? 5 of Pentacles. Ten of Cups. Okay. Two of Cups reversed. Tower card reversed. He wasn't done with his last soul contract. He's not. Now, that's not what I expected to see come through. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with your soul contract. It's not even telling me that. Tower card reversed, Ten of Cups. It's telling me that he didn't complete his last soul contract.
With her?
With his ex.
Oh.
That contract wasn't even completed yet. But that's a whole. I don't have the time to sit down and break down all of this. That would probably take me about 15 minutes. I don't have time.
If you want to go more in depth, then we encourage you to get a personal reading. You can find that on our website, tarotwithrich.com.
Let me see. Hang on. Ten of Cups again. See how they changed the cameras? They did it on
I know.
all across YouTube.
It's like opposite ways.
I can't stand that. That's another reason why I started working on my phone again. Because at least they don't do it on the phones. At first, it was just my main channel.
Yeah.
And it didn't do that on this channel. Now this channel does it too.
Right.
All right. Six of Wands reversed. Empress. He's wrapped up in a karmic cycle with somebody else. It's not telling me what your all's contract was, and that's weird. Now, this is not very common that it comes through like this. To be 100% honest with you, I can't even think off the top of my head the last time I saw it come through like this. I don't think I ever have. But it's not telling me about your soul contract. It's telling me about the one that he just ran back to. It's not complete.
Maybe that's what she needs to hear.
Well, yeah. The only thing that I can tell you about that is him and his ex would have to be very skilled, conscious energy workers to make that work out successfully, because that is a big shit show. It's a big mess. Nothing's impossible. They can do it if they're determined enough. But no, right now he's not done with his last soul contract. So he's still working on that. And if I keep digging, I'm going to end up rambling for fucking 15 minutes. So.
All right. Hold on a second. You quit shaking so much.
This chair's uncomfortable.
Well, don't wiggle the table. Hold on. All right, next is this is such an easy name. I don't even know why. I like trip myself up because I'm like, I don't want to fuck up their names. And then I overthink their names. It's like such an easy name. Janie. You're up next. Okay. I, a female Aries, Cancer moon, recently split from a man who was a Leo, who I was with for less than a year. I was in love and thought he was my person, but he was very emotionally unavailable. And as time went on, he treated me and the relationship like the lowest possible priority. I'm still heartbroken, and I want to know how he is feeling, if he misses me, if I ever mattered to him, if our relationship had any impact on him at all, if he will ever reach out. Thank you.
Well, you already indicated indirectly that this is not your person. You pretty much said that in the first couple lines there. So I got to see what kind of soul contract it was. Seven of Cups. Star card reversed. Judgment reversed. Okay. Oh, okay. So the primary reason why you and this person came together was to drastically alter the trajectory of your life path. That's the main reason. I call it a bump contract. And bump contracts can be some of the most stressful, painful soul contracts that you can have, because they're meant for one reason and one reason only. And that is to energetically hog tie you and drag you kicking and screaming down a path that you never would have found if left to your own devices. And in order to do that, you have to be pretty tightly energetically bound and quantum entangled to a person in order to do that successfully. And it usually will make absolutely no sense whatsoever for a long, long time until way later on down the line looking back. If you can give your past an honest look back without being emotional about it, it'll make sense later on down the line. But with the 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords, to be honest, no, I don't really think that this person really cared. Honestly, not really. I think this person's a lying, cheating, deceitful, backstabbing little fuckbag that doesn't really care about anybody, honestly. 7 of Swords, Devil, 7 of Cups. You are probably not the first person that he's done this to, and I guarantee you're not the last. There's probably several heartbroken women sitting around wondering how he feels.
He's the bump contract man. He's just bumping all you bitches all over the place. He's just like, go on this timeline, this timeline. That is his life's purpose, is to bump bitches around and shake up their lives and bump them on the right path.
I never even would have thought of that. I wouldn't even have thought of that. Let's see. Hangman. Now he does, if he was to stop and give himself 15 minutes to reflect on it and think about it, he does feel karmically tied to you, because he is. Now this is what's so tricky about the karmic wheel. Right now, the two of you are officially karmically tied. And yes, he would feel it if he gave himself permission, but I think he's probably the type of person that keeps himself too distracted from his own feelings. So I would have to say at the deepest level, he knows he fucked up at the deepest level, but he's not even giving himself permission to explore his deepest level. It'll come back around and hit him one of these days, just not right now. But one of these days, probably when he's much older and can't get women to buy into his bullshit anymore, and he's sitting around all by himself, he's probably going to look back and reflect on some of the opportunities that he fucked up in his past.
I should have settled down. Oh my God. Who's going to take care of me? Who's going to wipe my butt? Who's going to make me dinner?
That's what he's going to be saying. Side note, look how cute my cup is. Isn't this so cute? Rich got this for me. Oh,
I posted a picture of that on Facebook.
Oh, you did? When?
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, how funny.
She deleted her Facebook, so I can never tag her in anything anymore.
Oh, that's cute. That's when I had red hair, so I have red hair on here. All right. Next up is KD. Will my Taurus and I get back together?
I like questions like that. I kind of miss back in the day, 2019, 2020, when I first couple of years I started doing this. It seemed like every single reading I did had to do with a past person. Every single one of them. Every one of them. And I'm probably going to be doing a serious overhaul on my style of reading after March. I'm going to be doing a serious overhaul on the way I read. All right, let's see. King of Cups. Well, I do think this person does still have feelings for you. I want to see if the soul contract is complete. 9 of Pentacles. He does still have feelings for her. He, does it say he? Okay, I don't know if you're dealing with a he or not, but this person, the only reason I said that is because the King of Cups came out. But this individual, regardless of gender, does still have feelings for you, but They are not afraid of being alone. This person feels a very strong connection with you still. Very, very strong. But Taurus, dealing with a Taurus, if you're waiting on this person to make a move, they ain't making a move anytime soon. And I'm going to tell you what, right goddamn now, if you're waiting on a Taurus to do something, you better pack a lunch. Shit. Well, honestly, it's possible if you were to initiate reconciliation, it's possible. But if you're waiting on this person to make a move, it doesn't look like this person's making a move anytime soon. And that's the way a Taurus rolls, dude. A Taurus could be sitting around loving you so much that it's just fucking eating them alive and they're losing sleep. They still ain't gonna make a move. If they've made up their mind that they're not chasing after you, they will fucking suffer to death. They are the fixed of the fixed signs.
Yeah, tag your Taurus friends. Let them know we're on to them.
I think there's a third energy involved here too. I don't know whose side that's on. If you aren't currently with somebody, the ex-Taurus is either with somebody or interested in somebody. One of the two. There's a third energy in there. So if you do choose to pursue this connection, proceed with caution. Proceed with caution. I don't think this person is waiting on you with open arms. They're waiting on you with their guard up. Okay. And none of the issues from the past have been processed through. So still all that past vibrational baggage is going to still be there, just sitting there for you all to process through. So it is possible. A reconciliation is very possible, but you would more than likely have to be the one that initiated it and proceed with caution, because y'all still have a big energetic mess that you have to work through. Plus, this was a codependency connection. So, okie doke.
Oh, are we on to the next?
Yep.
On to the next. On to the next. Laura, what was the purpose of my last romantic connection?
Well, I ultimately can't tell you the purpose. I can't tell you that. You are the only being in this entire universe who is responsible for assigning meaning to the things that happen to you in your life. So the purpose is whatever meaning you choose to give it. You just have to trust yourself enough to understand that you're the one that has that power. So at the end of the day, whatever purpose you give it is the purpose. But before I talk more about that, let me just see what the soul contract was. I can tell you the soul contract, but I can't tell you the purpose. If I did, I'd be stealing your power from you. I mean, I could, at the end of the day, I could tell you the purpose. And even if I told you the purpose and you ran with that for the rest of your life, and that ended up manifesting as true, you're still the one that did it. I just tricked you into manifesting it. And I don't believe in doing that. And I don't think most readers understand that either. Okay. I'm thinking that this was supposed to be a long-term connection. It wasn't supposed to come to an end. Yeah. I don't think this was supposed to come to an end. I don't think so. Yeah, Lover's card, 10 of Cups, Hierophant, King of Cups. I don't think this was something that was supposed to end the way that it did. So now the two of you are officially karmically tied. Officially. This is how karmic contracts start. So that means the two of you have unresolved, unfinished business. But at the end of the day, who is it that decides whether or not the business is finished or unfinished? That's you. You're the only one who gets to decide that. So the purpose of this, let me just put it to you like this, okay? If you don't assign that experience a meaning, the two of you will end up back in the next lifetime trying it all over again. Because until you assign this a meaning, it's karma. It's unfinished business. Now, if you get to work creating a meaning, then you'll cut the karmic contract and move to a different timeline. Three of Pentacles. Okay. Empress. See? Yeah. Yep. This is a classic. Well, you know, a lot of times you hear me say things like past life karma. You had a contract in a lifetime that you messed up. So you're trying it again in this lifetime. Well, this is where it starts. This is how past life karma starts. Okay. So you messed up a soul contract in this lifetime. And unless you transmute the energy, you're going to be back in the next lifetime trying it all over again. So you're the only one who can give it a purpose. And I ran through that a couple of minutes ago with somebody else. The way I like to do it, well, I like to just sit back and let the universe show me the meaning behind it. But think of one thing that you learned. Then you take the thing that you learned and apply it to your life. And you do that until it starts producing results in your life. And then once it starts producing results, you take the results and you tie them to the person and the experience. And you say, oh, now I see why that was meant to happen that way. That was meant to happen that way so that this could happen this way. And the minute you do that with your beliefs and your perceptions, it is so. Dang.
Me.
Dun 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 dun.
Janice is Janice is next, and she wants to know if her health will be good this year.
Well, was it bad last year?
We don't know.
Well, I guess that's the thing that I would really like to know. I'm not going to be able to dig too deep because I don't know what your health is like right now. Two more shuffles. Two more. Six of Wands, reverse, star card. Okay. Okay. Well, it looks like for the most part, things are staying pretty much the same. But I don't know what is going on in your life, but it's kind of feeling like there might be something going on in your life that's causing you a lot of stress. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a particular person in your life or a particular situation or a living situation or what, but I would make that the number one priority this year. Is that you do anything you can to eliminate stress, whether you go inside and figure out how to stop feeling stress, or you just eliminate whatever it is from your life that's causing the stress. Because we got this Tower card down here at the end of the year. So it's almost kind of looking like health is looking good, and then something very unexpected could end up happening later on down the line near the end of the year. Two more. Yeah, see. Okay. Yeah, okay. So yeah. Now again, I don't know what's going on in your life. I don't know if there's maybe a person in your life that's causing you stress, or a financial situation, or whatever the case may be. But make your number one priority eliminating stress. I don't care if you have to just meditate and trick yourself into not feeling stressed, or if there's a person in your life that's causing you stress and you need to cut them out of your life. Again, I'm not a psychic medium, so I don't get details like that. All it's telling me is that there's some stress here that could end up manifesting into a random, unexpected health issue near the end of the year. And if you have dug any kind of rabbit hole in the conscious community at all, it is becoming more and more widely known that we manifest our health issues. And even the medical community is starting to catch on to that. I just did a Zoom call with a hospice nurse the other day, who she even said that she uses Reiki when she's at work, but nobody knows she does it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Anyway, though.
That's what I'd be doing. Okay. Next person is anonymous.
Naughty mouse.
I have been talking and seeing a person for some months, but it seems now that he is always working. We are both Scorpios. My question is he really busy, or is he not interested in me anymore?
Well, the fact that you don't know what his intentions are is a big red flag. Big red flag. Nobody resonates a stronger vibration than somebody who is being truly authentic. Nobody. That's why whenever you can trust someone, you know it, because you can feel it, because their energy field is 4 times stronger than somebody who's not being authentic. Let's see. Okay, Page of Pentacles reversed. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. Now, this person is very much concerned about work and finance. Absolutely. I think what you're dealing with here, and this causes all kinds of problems in relationships all the time, especially the way men react to this. Whenever you first connect with somebody, there is a crazy explosion of emotions and pleasure chemicals. After a while, that begins to wear off. And after a man has been talking to, seeing, dating, sleeping with the same woman for an extended period of time, he becomes less and less and less mesmerized by her beauty. And a lot of women think that he's just losing interest. No, he's not losing interest at all. At all. He's becoming comfortable. It's kind of like whenever you go out and buy a new car. And for the first couple of months, you're like, yeah, you just feel like the baddest motherfucker on the road. Like, look at me and my new car. Yeah. And then like 6 months later, 8 months later, a year later, it's just a car, right? It's kind of the same thing.
Or does anyone watch Love is Blind?
Is that what you be watching?
Yeah.
I've heard people talk about that. I didn't know that's what you were watching.
Dude, there's this one girl on there and she's like, oh my God. They like need validation all the time. And then like there's this one guy where he's like he's like, okay, well, we've been hanging out. Like I didn't know I needed to like, you know, like it's just too much when you have to like constantly remind someone that just tells you that they don't love themselves. Like that show literally just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
When you're done with that spread, I want to talk more about it.
Okay. Now, I do think this person is pretty busy, but again, it's also it's kind of both. It's not that he's not interested in you anymore. He's becoming comfortable. Again, I'm going to default back to my last example. And I hate to compare you to a car, but just think about the energy behind after you buy a new car. After 6 months, 8 months, you still love the car. You still love it with all your heart, but you're not mesmerized by it anymore. It's just a car, right? Similarly, that's the only analogy I can use. That it's not that he's not interested in you anymore. He's just not mesmerized by you anymore. And that's not a bad thing. That comes when the two of you are coming together and you're comfortably uniting. If that makes sense. Anyway, what was you wanting to say, Jen?
Oh yeah. Okay, so anyone who watches that show, it's like bothering me so bad. That girl, Chelsea, yeah, like I was gonna make a video on it last night about how she's just sitting there like, you don't tell me you love me, and then he was like, I love you, and she's like, but you're not saying it right. Like that is just like the most emptiest, like codependent, like she's relying on what's that guy's name, Jimmy, to like fill her emptiness and fill her void, and it's so hard to watch.
That's the definition of codependency.
It's so hard to watch. I sit there and cringe the whole time, and I want to like break down like parts of it and put it into like a reel or put it into like a video and be like,
do it.
This is I know, but I'm gonna need your help because you're better at wording
that
things
right
than I am,
there.
but, like,
that right there is how you get started on a project. That right there.
Yeah, because it just bothers me because I'm like, girl, like you need to fucking love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Anyways,
if you stay that dedicated to that idea, you could probably end up making something very successful.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, I would have to be consistent with it for it to like grow. And I just have little things here and there that I want to like post. I'm not trying to get all successful and big. I just want to say my piece and, you know, do a video maybe once a month.
Maybe somebody needs to hear that. Maybe you could put a video out like that. It could blow up and go viral, and that plants the seeds in people's mind. Like, oh,
yeah, no, that whole fucking show, honestly, just the whole show, the concept of it, the concept of that whole entire show just drives me absolutely insane. Like, you can't find nobody, so you're gonna go sit in a room and talk through a wall and find somebody who loves you and then get married in a week, or would they get married in a month, whatever. It's like, how fucking codependent, and you don't love yourself basically if you're doing that shit.
Yeah.
I need someone to love me so bad. I'm gonna just meet a stranger through a wall.
That constant need for validation like that is the same energy that makes alcoholics constantly need to be drunk so they don't feel stressed out. If I feel so empty and incomplete that I constantly need somebody validating me, that's like when you're an alcoholic and you drink because you constantly feel stressed and you need to feel relief from that stress. You need more and more alcohol. You need more and more validation. And then it just doesn't work. And it ends up exploding into a shit show.
Yeah, exactly. And I just want to say one more thing too, because I just watched that like recent episode and it was bothering me so bad because he was like, I guess the girls, like the dude that she's with, he saw like the other girl who he was supposed to be with or whatever. And then the girls, oh my God, I can't just say the girl, because you're not going to know what I'm saying. Those of you watching who know what I'm talking about, Chelsea got upset because Jimmy saw, what is her name? I don't even know the girl's name, Jessica or something. And it was her own insecurities. That's why she started lashing out at him and being like mean and was like, what's wrong? I know there's something wrong. How come you won't tell me? No, there's nothing fucking wrong with him. There's something wrong with you because you're so insecure. That's all I gotta say. I really had to get that off my chest because it was bothering me so bad last night. Are we ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta find my chart here. Where'd it go? Okay. Getting back into it, we're gonna pick up on Amy. All right. Will I find my partner this year? I am an Aries. Thank you.
No, you won't find them. I've never met anybody who is currently with their person who met them by going out and looking for them. If you're out looking for them, no, you're not going to find them. It's not the way that it works. You have to equalize the frequency of true love and true happiness first before you can attract that person in. What happens when you begin to equalize that frequency of true love and true happiness is you stop looking for it out here. That makes sense? But I will see what's due to come in next. Judgment reverse. So you still have unfinished business with somebody from the past. Ooh, you're stepping into the right energy, though. You are stepping into the right energy. Okay. So it's not really timed out like that. Not really. But if you, okay, so basically what I'm seeing is you're going to get more and more and more tired of trying to find this person. It's going to get to a point with the 7 of Cups right here where you're trying to find them, and failed connection after failed connection after failed connection, to where you're finally going to be wondering, do I even want this anymore? Do I even need to find somebody? And then as you start stepping into that energy, you're becoming more and more and more of a match to the person that equalizes the frequency of that happiness that you're finding in your heart. So I see you stepping into the frequency that could attract that person in if you stay in that frequency. But whether or not you stay in that frequency is kind of up to you. But if you stay on the path that you're on right now, you probably will get to a point where you feel like you're about to give up on it. And that's usually right around the time that it happens. Let me see what the next spread says. I kind of like doing this.
Are you feeling drained?
No. I remember back in the day we used to do this once a month.
Yeah. No, it's fun for you because you could just show up and just talk. I have to do all the work.
My ass.
I do my portion of the work and you do your portion of the work.
Yeah.
Mine's a little bit more strenuous.
Again, it's still showing some past energy that is being held on to. Whoever this was from the past, I don't know who this is, but you're still carrying a lot of that energy with you. But again, I like I said, I see you stepping into that energy that could attract your person in. So it is very, very possible. But what I don't want you to do is go out looking for them. Okay, where are they at? Where are they at? When they coming? Because that'll block it. That'll block it. If you start feeling yourself getting kind of jaded, if you start feeling yourself feeling like, man, is this even what am I doing? After failed connection, after failed connection, after failed connection, just know that you're stepping into the energy that as soon as you give up on it and stop looking for them, that's when you make contact. And it's really hard to do that willingly. Actually, I've never met anybody that's done that willingly. Everybody I know who is currently with their person met them by accident. Just if you could figure out how to give yourself permission to do that willingly, that's the way it works. So I would say it is very possible. Very possible. 50-50 chance.
Next is Gretchel, Aquarius, love. I'm single. I'm wanting a relationship. Do you see me meeting someone?
Well, I gotta give you an energy check here. Two of Wands. Hang on, it's not ready yet. Okay, last one. Okay, well, you are at a crossroads right now. Kind of wish I knew how long ago your last relationship was. that would help here, because a lot of energy from the past is showing up. So I don't know how long ago that was. I don't know if your last relationship was last week, last month, last year, or 5 years ago. But with the Death card, Six of Swords in the reverse, and the Six of Cups, that's showing a lot of past energy coming up here. You do have another contract due to come in. Yes, you do. But something is blocking it. Something is blocking it. And I think it's probably unprocessed energy from the past, more than likely, is what's blocking it. Okay. So there's a blockage here. Let me see what the second spread says. What?
We're definitely going to have to do a part 2.
That's cool. I don't care. We'll do a part 4. So I like it.
Oh, you hyper today.
It don't matter to me now. We got to get that money.
We got to help them people.
Hell yeah.
You can't look at it like money. You got to look at it as who you're helping.
I'm joking, dude.
I know. I'm saying I saw a video about that the other day, and I was like, oh my God, it's so true.
You know that helping is my #1 priority.
No, I know that. I'm just saying.
That's why I will fucking take a nap and reschedule a reading before I just jump on camera.
Yeah.
All right. So, yes, there is something blocking this next connection from coming in, though. And I think that it has something to do with the past. Now, the reason why I would kind of like to know how long ago this was is because if this was something fairly recent that is still kind of in your conscious awareness and is bothering you, then that's good news. That means that's easier to process through and work with. But if this was something that happened a year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, and you buried it in the pit of your subconscious mind, it's going to be harder to dig that up and heal. And it is going to be much harder to dig that up and heal. So, yes, there is another contract due to come in. Yes, there is. But basically, you're kind of like a hot air balloon tied to a sandbag. Okay? And the sandbag is the past vibrational baggage from the last person. So, you're at a crossroads now. There's a 50-50 chance. If you just stay vibrating at the same frequency that you are right now, that is going to keep pushing that timeline out and pushing it out and pushing it out. Okay. So I would make healing and finding peace and happiness your #1 priority. And I'm not saying that you have to be glowing and floating on a cloud and radiating light before that person shows up. I'm not saying that. But once you've made just enough of a vibrational change to where you're able to pop back up there into that vibrational state, that's when you can make contact with the next person due to come in. So it is possible. I would do a little bit more healing work, maybe a little bit more meditation work, and make that your #1 priority. And then the universe will bring this person into your life when you least expect it.
Okay, next, Anonymous.
A naughty mouse.
I have been renting a room for way too long now, and my belongings are in storage. I am not sure where to move, but I want to be out of the city. What steps shall I take to guide me where I should move? I would like to remain anonymous.
I don't need a tarot card to tell you that. But I will pull a couple of spreads to check your energy. What you do is you start randomly knocking on every door that you can find. Now, that's an analogy. I don't mean literally go knock on physical doors. I mean, what you do is you try to move somewhere, knock on that door, and see if the universe opens it. It's that simple. It is literally that simple. All you have to do is knock. And if it's your door, it'll open. If it's not, it won't. That's how simple it is. That is literally how simple it is. And I know that may sound kind of silly and cheesy, but I've been living my life behind that since the day I climbed up out from under a bridge. in December of 2015. That's how you develop your own personal relationship with the universe. Okay. Okay. So you might want to get to work and start taking action soon. Because if you don't, because see, what you're feeling is that you know that a move is on your path. You're feeling that intuitively, and it is. Okay, the next location that you live in is not going to be anywhere near where you are right now, and that's part of your path. So I would get to work actually knocking on those doors right now if I was you, because if you don't, the universe is going to keep applying pressure and applying pressure and applying pressure and applying pressure. And if you don't make a move yourself, the universe is going to make a move for you. And I wouldn't recommend that you let the universe do it for you. I wouldn't recommend that, man. Oh my God. I know that sounds kind of cool. Like, oh, the universe is going to do it for me. Shit, I don't have to do nothing. Well, it will. But if the universe has to do it for you, it's going to do it in the worst way possible. Not going to be a fun process at all. Well, matter of fact, that was what created my first big move out of the city I started out in. Boy, I was knocking on death's door. And that's what triggered me to get up and start moving. So yeah, I mean, it's actually honestly that simple. Let me see what the next spread says. See, one thing a lot of people don't understand is that all you have to do is pick a path and go. And then the universe will take the wheel and start turning you in the right direction. But you have to start moving first. You have to start moving first. We get too caught up in this idea like we're sitting here in one spot and we need to type the address into GPS to know which road to turn onto next. It doesn't work that way. It's not the way the universe works. The universe has its own built-in GPS, and the only thing it's required of you is that you start moving first. So what steps do you take? Start taking any action you possibly can. Go on Google, look up an apartment, I guess. Pick a city that you want to move to. Look up an apartment. See if you can apply for it. Start taking action towards it. If that's not the place you're supposed to go, the universe won't let it happen. And just do that and do that and do that. And eventually you will be led to the door that's either directly in to the next level that you're supposed to make it to, or if you go way too far out in the wrong direction, it'll at least start the path that'll lead you back to where you're supposed to go. Does that make sense? But yeah, I would get to work taking action now, because if you don't, I think before the year's up, the universe is going to make it happen for you, and I wouldn't recommend that. All right.
0 out of 5 stars. Do not recommend. Oh no, I lost it. There it is. Okay, Diana. How long is too long to wait for someone that I can get those we just click vibes for, but have yet to meet in person? BC and don't judge.
Wait a minute. I'm confused. What? What is it?
Oh, how long do you wait for someone that I get those? Okay. So hold on, let me finish reading it. He's incarcerated in Kentucky waiting for trial. I'm in California and I'm besties with his sister. So how long do you wait for them? Because she gets the vibe, like they just click and she likes this person, but they're in jail. So like, how long should she wait for this person?
Well, how long are they going to be locked up?
Well, they don't know yet because he's awaiting trial, and she's in California, and he's in Kentucky. Fried chicken.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
That's
Basically, should she wait for this person or like some advice?
I mean, I'll have to look. That's not the right way to approach that situation. A situation like that isn't. Hang on. Let me hit this.
I get what she's saying.
I get it too, but that's not the right perspective to hit it from. Let me just see. First of all, let me see the soul contract. Let me see. 10 of Cups reverse.
Oh no.
Knight of Wands reversed. Okay. So I think this person is a very near and dear member of your soul family. And you all have had many, many lifetimes together in which you have played very close personal roles in each other's lives. You know, like maybe in your last lifetime, you could have been parent and child, or, you know, in one lifetime, you could have been brother and sister. So this person is a very, very, very near and dear member of your soul family that you recognize on that soul level. But as far as a long-term committed relationship, I don't think that's part of the contract. So it's not really. Where's that question at? How long is too long to wait for someone that I get? Oh. I didn't see. No. Look. I didn't see that right there. That changes the whole context of the question. Okay. All right.
Maybe I need to make it bigger because I can barely see it myself. I'm like,
that changed the whole context of the question.
Get my magnifying glass out.
All right. I mean, really, at the end of the day, it's up to you as to how long you should wait for them. There's not really a.
Yeah, but like, what if he's gonna be in jail for like a year or longer? Then like, just stick around and wait. Is it worth it?
Well, when I don't think that a long-term relationship is part of this contract. Let me see. 10 of Cups in the upright this time. So you could build a partnership with this person, but I don't think it's part of the contract. So that's a very subjective question to answer because so you have to understand that, let's say this person was to do 6 months and then get out. Then the two of you are going to be on a completely and totally different. This person is going to be carrying so much vibrational baggage with them that it's going to be on a completely different vibrational wavelength when this person, you know, gets out. But I'm not even convinced that this is part of the contract. But if you want to do it anyway, you can. If you want to do it anyway, but just understand that there is a mountain of energy that you all are going to have to work through. And the way it feels, let's say you were to do that. Let's say this person was to be gone for, I don't know, 6 months, whatever, or however long, a year, and then the two of you come together. By the time you work through that big mountain of energy, you might not think it was worth it if you are even able to do that successfully. But I can't tell you how long to wait for somebody. If this is a relationship you want to be in, that's up to you. It's whether or not it's in the contract and what the energy looks like. I can't tell you how long to wait for somebody, though. Wait as long as you want. It depends on if you really want to be with this person, then wait as long as you want. I hope that
well, yeah,
answered the question.
If they're hopefully faithful and all that in there. I mean, I don't know about people in jail. You can still cheat, right? Not like that. Not like that. I mean, like, I know of guys who are in jail and they like talk to like a bunch of girls.
I didn't see anything like that come through.
Oh, okay. But I'm just saying, like, you know, that does happen, and they'll have a bunch of like little pen pal girlfriends, or like they sneak cell phones in their butts and they get like cell phones in there and they like talk to
Cell
girls.
phones in their butt.
Actually, I don't think they do it in their butts no more. I think the guards sneak it in or something.
And what happened to your booty hole if you put in a cell phone?
iPhones are too big nowadays. They gotta, unless you got maybe the ones that still fold, like the little Walmart special ones.
Oh.
I don't know personally. I don't really want to know all those details, but all right, what are we at here? I'm getting drained. I think you have more stamina now from working with David so much now. He goes.
I took a couple of days off my Alpha Brain, so I let my body reset before I popped Alpha Brain this morning.
Oh my goodness!
And I found that whole fucking bottle I didn't even know I had. I didn't even know I had a whole bottle of it. I guess I bought it and forgot about it.
Praise Jesus.
Yeah.
Right. Next is Charlotte. My master degree ends at the end of June. I work as a children's mental health practitioner. Can you see me reaching my goals and finding solid employment where I'm placed currently?
Yeah, that little tune originated from just trying to be a silence filler.
I don't go a day without hearing that sound. And I'm not exaggerating. Every day for almost 5 years, I've heard. I'm tired of it, Grandpa. I'm tired of it. So tired of it.
Oh, okay. Let me see what we got going on here. So I am feeling like you are being prepared for something that is bigger than what your goals are. Within the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to be doing something very different than what you're doing right now. You're going to be doing something very different than what your goals are. However, everything you're doing right now is a very necessary part of the path that's going to lead you there. Okay? But the short answer would have to be a short term. Will you meet your short-term goals? Very possibly. Very possibly. But your goals right now are a little bit, how am I going to word this? They're a little bit, a little bit off of the path that you're on. So if you do meet your goals right now, it's still going to be a very temporary stepping stone for the next 3 to 5 years. So when are you wanting to take a break?
I don't know. Whenever it's fun.
How many more we got?
I haven't even added them all yet. There's still a bunch in the email. I'm just going until you say you're done, because
you're going until I say I'm done?
Yeah, because I'm fine.
No, okay. Magician reversed again. Ace of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. Okay. All right. So the short answer is yes. I do think the short answer is yes. But again, just understand that you're being prepared for something bigger. Let me just put it to you like this. 5 years from now, I'm not saying it's going to take 5 years, but in the next 5 Februaries, you're going to be doing something that is unlike anything that you could imagine right now. Possibly something that there's a possibility that what you're going to be doing doesn't even exist yet. I've been seeing that come through for a lot of people.
That hair, though.
That's why I wear a hat. You gonna cut my hair today?
Sorry, focus on her. We've gotten so distracted.
You started.
I know. I'm sorry. It was distracting.
So the short answer is yes. Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. But do the best you can to go about accomplishing your goals and being on this path with an open mind. Because over the next couple of years, some very unexpected twists and turns are going to happen in the financial world, which will ultimately impact every last one of us. I don't even know what I'm going to be doing next February. So, yeah, the short answer, though, is I would have to say yes.
Dirkly, Dirkly. What? That one's not.
That's my word.
You say irky dirky.
Mm-mm.
Irkly dirkly.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
when I texted to you.
Yeah, you're right.
I have that set in as a
I
preset.
know you're right.
All I got to do is type in ERK and then it pops up.
You're weird. Next is Jennifer. Okay. Hi, Rich. My name is Jennifer. My question is, could we ever get back together? His name is Tyler, and we are still in contact. But I do give him his space. However, I don't know where this could head. I am a Libra. He is a Taurus. Thank you always.
Ooh. King of Swords jumped out right there. Libra and Taurus have got to be like two exact opposite ends of an energetic spectrum. But one thing you see a lot of is air signs and earth signs coming together and fire signs and water signs coming together. You see that a lot. And it's always a challenge. Always. You have to be a very skilled energy worker to make that happen. I think the two of you had past life karma that you already successfully completed. Okay, the two of you completed a karmic contract. So it would make it very difficult for the two of you to come back together and hop on a different timeline. It would make it very difficult. Here's what would have to happen, okay? Both of you would have to agree to get off the timeline you're on right now, come back together, and have this relationship serve a newer, higher purpose together. Because the purpose you all were originally coming together to serve was to pay off some karma from a previous lifetime, and you did that successfully. So if the two of you were to both agree to come back together and both of you serve a different purpose together as a team, then yes, you could rewrite a new contract in real time. I've personally never witnessed that happen, but it's possible. If you're waiting on this person to make some different move, I don't think this person's you're dealing with a Taurus, okay? Dealing with a very, very stubborn, fixed Taurus. And when a Taurus is comfortable, they ain't about to change what they're doing. So let me see what the other spread says. I still have an all signs to do tonight.
And a personal reading.
High Priestess. Whoop. Dropping on the flow. On the flow. Two of Cups.
Are you gonna read it?
Nine of Pentacles, yeah. All right. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be really, really hard to get this ball rolling in a different direction. There's that Emperor again. Very, very difficult. I'm going to honestly tell you that the chances aren't very likely. They're not very likely. It would require a lot of energy work for the two of you to come back together and create a successful reconciliation. If you're waiting on this person to pursue you and make a move, you'll be waiting a while. However, I am kind of feeling like if you were to choose to take a healing path and actually get on the path and do the damn thing right, this relationship was packed with all of the knowledge and all of the wisdom and all of the learning experiences that you need to process through to attract your actual person. Because this person that you're inquiring about is not your person. But if you was to heal from this, I could see anytime in the next 2 years, probably at the earliest, late this year, I could see you attracting your actual person. But that's not written in stone because you are still so tightly energetically tied to this person. All right.
Okay, Amanda. In what ways can I start to work on my inner shadow so I don't keep attracting toxic people? I just got out of a relationship of 7 years because it got abusive. Once we started living together, then a married man now won't stop harassing me after he lied.
Well, the first thing, whenever you're first starting off on a new path like that, first things first. Take some alone time. Alone time. Let's see, how long was that relationship?
7 years.
7 years.
I thought you said 7 years ago. Oh, a relationship. Okay, my bad.
Okay, yeah. A 7-year relationship, you need to dedicate no less than the first year alone. 7 years? Come on now. Hang on a second. Oh, you got all kinds of stuff going on here. Okay. So first things first, healing. Don't try to figure out, don't drive yourself nuts trying to figure out how to heal. Okay. What you want to do is you want to be a frequency match to true love and true happiness in order to attract this person. So finding true love and true happiness is very difficult when you have somebody who's in your life. It's very difficult. Healing, how am I going to word this? I'm not saying that it doesn't take conscious work and conscious effort. It does. But when you're fresh out of a toxic relationship, fresh out, the first little bit of that healing path, you want to allow time to kind of do its thing for the first little bit because you're still thinking erratically. You want to be able to swim to the surface and get some air so you can think clearly. Time in and of itself will not heal you, but it's a very important tool. First thing you always want to do is let time do its thing. Let the first year, I would say, you know what? 2024 is dedicated to me and me alone. I'm just going to develop a new relationship with me. Don't drive yourself nuts trying to figure out what steps you need to take or anything like that. That'll come later. That will come with time. You will be given that information. You'll be given downloads. You'll stumble upon the right video or the right person, or the right teacher or whatever the case may be. But first things first, you're on a new path now. And it's going to be uncomfortable. The new path that you're on right now needs to become comfortable. You need to dedicate no less than the first year to starting to kind of sort of feel comfortable. Does that make sense? Okay, yep. So the path that you're on right now, I don't have anything new to say. The path that you're on right now is going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be painful. It's not going to be fun. But I would block anyone out from coming in for at least the first year, especially anyone romantic. Anyone romantic, because you have to start feeling comfortable in developing a new relationship with yourself first. And as this new path starts to feel more comfortable, you start feeling a little bit more happiness, a little bit more relaxed and content. That's when we can start really thinking about how to go about some of the conscious energy work that it takes for healing. But right now, it's not the time for that. It's not the time for that. Relaxing by yourself and developing a new relationship with yourself and becoming comfortable on your new path is the number one priority. I wouldn't let anybody in this year if I were you.
So let's wrap up for the next 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so we're coming to an end on our pre-orders. There's probably like, I don't even know. Okay, hold on. There's probably like 3 more left of pre-orders, and then we're gonna start on anybody who paid during this live. But if you didn't pay like in the beginning of this live, then you're gonna be on part 2. So if you guys want to come back, and then we'll go live again at 4 p.m. Pacific. We'll come back. But we're gonna go until 1 o'clock right now. So for about 20 more minutes, we'll just finish up in what we have here. All right, next person is Anonymous. Naughty Mouse. Past person is trying really hard to get back in my energy. Can I trust them now and reconnect?
If you could, you wouldn't need to ask me. Fool card. Knight of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, reverse, 3 of Swords. Okay. So I don't know what you mean by can you trust them? I don't think it's a matter of trust right now. The problem is 2 things. First thing is this person tried like hell to replace you and couldn't do it. So the only reason they're coming back is because they've hit a dead end and can't find nobody. So rather than just relax and chill and say, okay, well, whenever it's time for the next person to come in, the universe will bring them into my life. They just desperately need to be with somebody and they can't find nobody new. So the first thing that they do is they take a look back in the past and say, who from the past is most likely to buy my bullshit again? Basically. But there has been no true healing done from this particular connection. So if you was to reconnect with this person within the first month, all of the energy, the same energy that was created when the 2 of you separated will start bubbling up to the surface, and you'll be left having to process through that energy all over again. Most people, when that energy bubbles back up, it manifests the same way it did last time, and that's when it manifests into a repeat cycle. So, yeah. Right now, it's not trust, I don't think. Well, I mean, technically, this person is only trying to get back in your energy because they can't find nobody new. So that right there already tells you that you're not the number one priority. You were the last option. But if you were to do that, it's a matter of processing through the past energy, which this person has not done any true energetic processing. So that's when you end up manifesting a repeat cycle. Page of Pentacles reverse. Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Cups reverse. Okay. There it is again. The only reason why this person is coming back is because they couldn't find anybody new. So this is a last ditch effort to just try to be with somebody. And whenever it gets to the point, especially if you're dealing with a dude, I would imagine that you are. I could be wrong, but especially if you're dealing with a dude, that's a big man thing. And the dudes get so pissed off at me when I tell our little secret that whenever a man can't find anybody new, nobody, his last ditch effort to just be with somebody is somebody from the past.
Or they go on Love is Blind.
So there's that. Plus, if you're willing to work through all of the past energy that manifested the last separation, that energy will start bubbling back up and expressing itself within the first month. Now, if you all come back together and process through that successfully, then you could end up manifesting a successful reconciliation. But it's going to end up manifesting into a repeat cycle. It's just that when that energy starts bubbling up to the surface, are you going to react to it the same way you did the last time? If you do, it's just going to loop around and be a repeat cycle.
Loop. Okay. Next is Neon.
Who?
Neon.
Neon.
All right. My name is Neon. I want to know if my boss that I recently worked with and had a sexual relationship with loves me and wants to reconcile with me.
There's the tune again. I'm gonna make that into a ringtone for you.
Please don't.
You set it as your alarm clock in the morning.
You are my alarm clock in the morning.
Oh, Buggy is.
Just walk in and start doing it.
Ooh, King of Cups reversed. I wasn't going to say anything. I started to, and then I was just like, nah, let me just let the spread come out. When somebody truly loves you, you will know. When somebody truly loves you, you will know. No, I don't think this was a love connection. I don't think so. Now, wants to reconcile? I think this person might want some closure, but not really a reconciliation. Because like I said, first of all, I don't think this person wants to settle down with anyone long term. This person doesn't want, I don't know if this person's already in a relationship or not. If this person's already in a relationship, well, first of all, that tells you everything you need to know about them. But assuming that they're not, they don't want to settle down with anybody new long term. I don't think this person would mind some closure, but not a reconciliation. No, this was not a true, genuine love connection. Eight of Cups. So for right now, this person is walking away from this. Oops. And the Devil card. No, this person is primarily after sex-based connections. So, and there it is again. Closure? Yeah, maybe some closure, but reconciliation? No. Love? No. Y'all know my favorite relationship quote, right? What is it, babe?
If they like you, you'll know. If they don't, you'll be confused.
If they love you, you will know.
Love you. It has to be love.
If they don't love you, you will be confused.
I thought it was like.
No, you can really put that in there with anything, but especially love. Yeah, like too. Actually, the original quote was, if they really want you, you will know. If they don't, you'll be confused. But especially love. When somebody really, truly, genuinely loves you, especially when a man loves you, if a man fucking love you, you gonna know. You're gonna know that.
Are you waiting for me?
Yep.
Oh,
All right. Deanna. What is the love situation for my Aquarius friend and me? I am a Scorpio. What will happen in the next 3 months? The energy between them.
Oh, Aquarius and Scorpio. That be careful with that energetic combination. Be careful with that. Let me look and see what soul contract we got here. What's the contract? Two of Swords reversed. Okay, Five of Pentacles reversed. Uh-oh. Eight of Cups. Devil card. Okay, so it could possibly turn sexual. If it hasn't already. I don't know if you all have already been intimate or not. But I'm thinking that you're having a really, really, really hard time figuring out how this person feels. And that is one of the main reasons why Aquarians and water signs do not mix. This is telling me that you may feel like it's not, if it turns intimate. I don't know if you've been intimate with this person or not, but it might not go very much past that. And I think this person is afraid of commitment anyways. So this is, I would be careful. If you haven't already been intimate with this person, I would be careful before doing that, because I don't really think it's going to go too much past that. Even if this person does have feelings for you, I don't think the two of you speak the same vibrational and emotional love language. This is telling me that you could possibly end up walking away from this in the next 3 to 6 months. Let me see what the other spread says. See if that devil card comes out again. If the devil card comes out again, well, it doesn't have to come out again, but let me see. We shall see, said the blind man. Yeah, 6 of Wands reversed. Yeah. So the deeper the two of you try to connect, the more confusing it's going to get. So I don't know. Right now, it kind of feels like the two of you are connected at a little bit deeper of a level than regular friends, but not quite deep enough for a romantic connection, a successful romantic connection. It's kind of somewhere a little bit in the middle. So there's still some confusion energetically about feelings and intentions in there. And then whenever that confusion arises between two people, tension starts building. And it will build and build and build and build and build and build and build until something pops. And when you have Aquarius and Scorpio, Scorpio can tend to be very demanding, and an Aquarius can tend to get very fucking pissed off when somebody demands something of them. So this is where Aquarius and Scorpio can kind of start butting heads, you know? And actually, if you try to demand anything emotionally of an Aquarius, he'll probably do the exact opposite of what you're telling him to do, and his walls will go up even further, and he'll get even colder.
Yikes.
So I would proceed with caution. Here's what I would say. Pay very close attention to the level in which the two of you are connecting. Pay very close attention to each layer you peel back. Because we humans, we're like layers. You peel back, peel back, peel back. And ideally, if you want to be with somebody, you know, for life, you want to peel every layer back and connect at that deepest level. Most people don't connect at that level. So be very conscious of how deep you all are connecting. If you feel it hit a wall, then Keep the person at a very healthy arm's distance and don't proceed any further until you're able to go deeper. Does this make sense? Did that make sense?
I wasn't really listening, to be honest. I'm so sorry.
So just proceed with caution and feel this out energetically.
All I heard was go deeper and deeper. Because, you know, I'm a pervert and that's all I hear.
Say what?
Nothing. I said all I heard was go deeper and deeper. And I said that's because I'm a pervert and that's all I could hear.
You're a dingbat.
All right, let's do one more. We have time for one more. And then I don't even actually know if that's all the pre-orders at this point.
Oh, well.
So, okay. All right. Last one. Isabel. How will I know / recognize my forever person? I have learned many lessons, not looking in the past for my person. Thank you.
No, I don't really need a tarot card to tell you that. But what I will advise is that you don't try to figure out if somebody is the one. Think of some very common sense things that get overlooked in so many different connections. Okay. Now, I'm sure you probably heard me go on my lecture about 3 things that you want to look for. How the person feels about you, what their intentions are, and whether or not you can trust them. I know that sounds silly. It sounds corny. It doesn't really sound like that big of a deal, but this is huge. Within the first month, if you're not 100% sure exactly how somebody feels about you, that's a problem. And the reason being is because you know that they have the tools and the technology to measure the human energy field, right? When we say things like energy, frequency, and vibration, that's not just woo-woo mystical bullshit that doesn't hold any water. You, me, and every human being on this planet emits an electromagnetic vibrational field. And yes, they can measure it. Nobody emits a stronger vibration than somebody who is being truly authentic. When you're being truly authentic, your vibration is 4 times stronger than your average person who's not being authentic. That's the reason why. When you meet your actual person, everybody I know who has met their person, they all say the same thing. When we first met, I knew immediately that I could trust them. Immediately. I didn't know they were the one. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. I don't really subscribe to that. When I first met you, I didn't know you were the one, you know?
You did.
Did you know that about me?
I mean,
I wasn't thinking about it like that. I was just like, well, first of all, let me tell you how it was when I met her. She looked familiar as fuck. Yeah. I was like, where do I know you from? It was driving me nuts. I'm like, I fucking know you from somewhere. Like, you look like somebody that I've hung out with, or yeah, actually, you really looked like somebody I'd seen in a movie.
Yeah, you always said that.
Yeah. But everybody I know who is currently with their actual person, there's this level of trust that's there immediately that you can't really explain in words. See, most of us, whenever it comes to trusting somebody, very frequently we can tend to go about it from the perspective of, I don't trust you until you prove to me that I can. Or I got to sit back and watch you and study you and observe you to see if I can trust you. And that's so ubiquitous that most people just do it subconsciously and don't even realize it. But when you connect with your actual person, there is such a layer of trust that you have never felt with anybody else in your life that there's just no words behind it. So what I always recommend is that you don't go about it from a perspective of, are you the one? Do I know exactly how you feel about me? If I ask myself that question and I'm scratching my head like, I don't know, I can't really tell. I think they're into me. I'm pretty sure they're into me. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100% sure. That's not your person. Do I know what their intentions are? Yeah, I think I do. I
Mhm.
think so, but I'm not 100% sure. That's not your person. Do you know for a fact that you can trust this person? I'm pretty sure that I can. I think so. I think so, but I don't know. That's not your person. That makes sense? So look for that. Don't think, is this my person? Ask yourself, do I know exactly how this person feels about me? Do I know exactly what their intentions are? And do I know for a fact that I can trust them? And again, for me, this is just me. I don't know if I've heard anybody else say this. I know when I met her, she looked so familiar. It's that feeling you get whenever you meet somebody you've never met before, but they look so fucking familiar. That feeling is what overwhelmed me when I very first connected with her. But anyway. Ready to end part one? Ready to end part one.
Yeah. Okay. So if we didn't get to yours, you will be on part 2. We're going to come back on at 4 p.m. Pacific time for part 2. We are taking orders during the break. So go ahead and get those in if you want to do this, which you should. It's only $22.22.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. Get your questions answered, boo-boos. We'll see you guys later.
And there is no telling when we're going to do this next either. No telling. So, yep. All right, y'all. We out of here.
All right. Bye, you guys.
Later.